Less than 30. It's 7:30, it's Monday, and week 2 of Do You Like It or Not is officially live. First and foremost, thank you everyone out there who is tuning in and joining us once again. Thank you to everyone who joined us live last weekend, or last week I should say, for week 1. Now, a little behind the scenes. Week 1 was technically our soft launch. If you're not familiar with what that is, it was basically a dress rehearsal that we decided to take live streaming on YouTube and here on Fox Local. And I'll be honest with you, it went better than we thought, better than we hoped. And now we got to keep that momentum going, and I need your help because this show is all about you. You are the you in Do You Like It or Not. And I need you to join the conversation. I need you to spread the word. We need as many voices as possible joining that Lion Zoom room, and we need some new voices as we go into week 2. There's a couple different ways you can join the conversation as always, so we'll pop up that graphic. There's the QR code that you can scan. We'll get to that in a second, but we are live on YouTube, so you can join the comments section there. We're live behind the scenes on TikTok right now. We are posting some of the stories that we're going to talk about on Fox 5 social media pages ahead of time, so that you can leave some comments there that I'll read on air. You can always slide into the DMs as well, Fox 5 producer Chris on TikTok and on Instagram. But the Lion Zoom room, that is the most important as always. You see the QR code, you can scan it right now on the screen. This is a new one. If you had last week's bookmarked or saved, this is a new one. You see the new meeting ID if you prefer the old-fashioned way. 892-0982-4674. Now, just a reminder, if you are in the Zoom room, as always, turn on your cameras, please. We need to see you. We need to bring you into the conversation. Jim's going to add you. You're not only in the waiting room, you are on standby to join me and weigh in on these stories. Now, as Guy Lambert joins me over here, we have some help in studio as well. He's putting his mic on. Fox 5 Live Zone host Guy Lambert, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, man, this is awesome.
Well, it's week 2.
Yeah.
And you were our first guest, so we felt it was only appropriate to bring you back. Now, Guy Lambert, I know one thing about you, and that is sometimes on weekends, you like to spend some time at wineries and breweries.
With my pinky up, sipping it with my pinky up.
It's fancy. Now, here's the thing, though. Some of them are instituting a couple changes because you know as well as I do from being there sometimes that they can feel more like a straight-up playground. Kids running all over, parents having a glass or two of whatever. So that could change, though. And according to a new New York Times article, they may be rolling back some of the family-friendly elements at those breweries, reconsidering their relationship with children. Some have started banning children entirely. Others instituting adults-only hours. Brewery owners told the New York Times that they made the tough decision after a series of safety issues, including kids running wild and getting in the way of servers who are carrying multiple glass, whether it's beer glasses or wine glasses, also a series of complaints from other customers. Some parents sympathize with the decision. Others say they feel singled out and claim kids are the one group that people can publicly discriminate against and get away with it. So, Guy, banning kids from breweries and wineries, do you like this idea or not?
Absolutely don't like it. And I'll tell you why. Guys, I've been doing this for quite some time, meaning, I've been attending wineries, breweries, and so forth and so on. I think if you're an adult, there's a certain area where kind of the adults hang out. And for me, it's, tasting wine right there at the bar. The kids aren't necessarily there. I think we got somebody that's saying, nope, Guy, you're wrong.
Oh, let's see. We'll go into the Zoom room. That looks like former Lion producer Cecilia joining us live right now. Welcome back.
Hi, guys. Thanks. Excited to be here. Here's my thing. At first, I was saying, oh, no, let the kids in. That's not cool. But to be like, oh, you're discriminating against the kids and that's allowed, that's where I draw though. I disagree with that. No, your kids have no right to be there. They are running around. In fact, that argument changed my argument.
That argument
Now
changed your
I
argument.
like it. Keep the
Cecilia,
kids
I
out.
don't think I'm speaking out of turn here, but no children currently, correct?
No children currently.
No children currently. All right. Well, we would like to get a parent's opinion on this as well if we can. So hang tight. I see Deb's back in our Zoom room. Deb, the idea of banning kids from breweries and wineries or having adults only hours. Do you like this or not?
I always appreciate well-behaved children in breweries and wineries, such like that. I have 4 boys myself, that you know, Chris. I would not take them in an establishment like that. I take them to a family-friendly restaurant, but like a brewery or a winery where it's kind of like an adult time. You're meant to, you want to socialize and have good conversations instead of worrying about your kids, like I said, running into servers and knocking them down. I just find that very stressful. And I think there's a time and a place for kids. I love my own, but certain places I think should be reserved for adults.
Now, some people blame us millennials for this trend in the first place of bringing your kids to breweries because we wanted to live our lives and we just brought our children along with them. I know we have someone from an older generation, no shade whatsoever, but my Aunt Monica is in the Zoom room right now. So I'm curious, from a different generation, not necessarily millennials that most of us here are, but the idea of bringing your kids to a brewery, do you like that or not?
No, I don't think you should bring them to a brewery or a winery. And there's plenty of family type places you can take your children to, but I think breweries and wineries should be adults only.
That's because she had to raise you as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She knows how I was behaving.
My godson, of
Throw
course.
alcohol into this situation. You might need it just to have dealt with me. We're going to stick with parenting for our next story.
Okay.
But this time we're talking about kids and cell phones. Obviously a hot topic. We have been talking about it on Fox 5 because a lot of schools are instituting new rules for when kids can have their cell phones. This time, though, we're talking about Kylie Kelsey. You know her. She's a former professional athlete. She's a podcast host. She's married to Jason Kelsey, who used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles. Go Birds. But she is talking about when and where her kids can use phones. Take a listen.
There will be 1 or 2 extra cell phones besides mom and dad's cell phone that they can take with them if they have somewhere they're going where there will not be a parent, or if they will need to get a hold of us, or if they're at something sports related, whatever. But that they can take one of those cell phones, that the cell phones are only kept to the first floor of the house. So you can still have your friends have that phone number. They can still call you. You can still use the phone on the first floor of the house, but they live in the kitchen.
Yeah,
so
they
they're not
can't
going to
live in
go
the can't go
upstairs.
in the
They're not
bedroom.
going to the basement. They're going nowhere but the first floor. Communal living space.
Computers too should stay in like.
Perfect. Add them to the list.
Yeah,
They're
I'm telling
staying
you.
in the kitchen.
So that's a clip from Kylie's Not Gonna Lie podcast. You can check out the full conversation with Kelly Ripa on YouTube. But the idea of like our old school landline that hung in the kitchen, you can only use the phone there. Everyone can see and hear what you're doing. Do you like this or not?
It's called parental involvement, thank you. I absolutely love this. Gone are the days of parents really being involved, specifically focusing on a kid's cell phone. So to think that she had the gall in order to do that, and yeah, I said the gall, meaning it's hard to do that with kids nowadays, and them saying, Mom, well, Jimmy's doing it too. Well, I don't care. I'm your parent, and this is how it's going to be.
I like this idea a lot too. I'll be honest with you. I like it. They should also tie like a string to it so that these kids today have to experience the same thing we did, where we would stretch that cord so far out to try to take the phone as far away from possible, so that when you put the phone back on the hook, the cord had gone from like 8 inches to like 16 feet long. I know we have at least one. David from Colorado, I believe you're a parent. So this idea of keeping a cell phone in one spot, a la a landline, do you like it or not?
I think I like it. Yeah, I gotta keep my eye on this guy back here, young Alex. Haven't quite crossed that threshold yet as a parent dealing with cell phones and stuff. But I generally think, you gotta, set some rules, keep some boundaries, define them, and then whatever works for you, your personality, and your relationship with your kid is best.
Do you still have
but
a
I do
landline,
have.
David?
I think I've got the perfect answer for your previous question.
Lay it on me.
Okay, I think compromise. 9 o'clock is probably the threshold. After 9 o'clock, no kids. Before 9 o'clock, kids okay.
Okay, that's definitely one way that these breweries and wineries are going. So we'll have to see if it catches on. Chad, I see you're in the Zoom room as well. Welcome back, sir, as well. The idea of like an old school landline style, do you like this or not? I know you had a landline back in the day.
Producer Chris, can I introduce my mother who I'm visiting right now?
All
Here she
right.
is.
Chad's mom, thanks for tuning in.
So I like it because my mom got me a 50-foot cord so I can talk to my girlfriend in my bedroom upstairs. And those are some good memories of the 50-foot cord stretched all the way up the stairwells.
But everyone knew you were on the phone because they could see that.
He's a good mom. I didn't want to hear what he was saying.
Gotta love mom.
On his best behavior when mom's around. Chad, thanks for tuning in. Keep the comments going on our YouTube page on these first two stories. We'll check them in just a second. But in the meantime, Guy, I know you're a frequent flyer.
Yeah.
You're always on the go. If you follow him on social media, listen to him on the radio, or tune into the live zone, you know he is a busy man. What did you watch the last time you were on a
Oh my
plane?
gosh, it was Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2?
Yeah.
Okay, that is the perfect segue into this next story, because what if you were watching something on a plane surrounded by strangers and it got real R-rated real fast? Maybe it took you by surprise. Maybe you were prepared for it. The Washington Post just dropped the so-called rules for watching R-rated movies on a flight, because a raunchy comedy could lead to some mid-air drama if you're not careful. Basically, experts say this all boils down to showing some courtesy for your fellow travelers. If there are children around, it may be worth checking in with the parents to let them know you may be watching something they would not want their kid to see. Some people say in this article that they have been asked by parents to limit what they watch on a plane to PG-13 content. Some of them said they refused. Others said Americans are too uptight about things like nudity in movies. So, Guy, a long flight, perfect time to catch up on all those what to watch recommendations I give you every week.
Yeah.
But when the R-rated content might pop up, do you just like skip by it? Do you like the idea of watching R-rated movies?
I don't
on a
like
flight?
it. Yeah, I get uncomfortable. I've seen that where the guy or gal sitting next to me, and then I'm watching my what I got going on, but then I'll see a certain body part, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's going on right there. And then and then I see across the other aisle, you got little Jimmy yet again. He's looking at that body part too, and well, let's just say perhaps he's never seen that before, so not feeling comfortable with it.
Yeah, this is like giving me like that secondhand embarrassment / feeling that you would have when you were like in the room with your parents and a sex scene would come on a show and you feel like personally responsible for the fact that that just happened and you're looking for an excuse to extricate your situation entirely. I was on a plane one time and I was watching, I can't remember the title, I was watching that Adam Sandler Philadelphia basketball movie where he was like a scout. The guy next to me, now this was not a child, but the guy next to me watched the entire movie over my shoulder. He had seen it before, so he knew what was happening and was like elbowing me every time a scene would come on that he liked. And and eventually I just had to like kind of like share it with him because I knew it was happening. Now I know Cecilia's still in the Zoom room. Cecilia, watching an R-rated movie on a flight where other people can see your screen, do you like it or not?
Well, I'll start off. Guy knows you won't catch me watching a movie on a flight, but let's say,
Are you a book reader?
let's say what was that?
Are you reading books or are you just going to sleep?
Yeah, I'm going to sleep. But if I was watching a movie, if there were kids, I wouldn't watch an R-rated movie. I think whether there were kids around or not. I was thinking about, would I ask the parents if it's okay? No, I think I would just assume if a little kid is next to me, I'm not going to watch it. I will say, however, if a parent came to me first and said, hey, whatever you watch, please keep my kids in mind, I would be annoyed by that.
Yeah.
But I think that I would just assume that people would be more considerate in the first place.
Let's check back in with Deb in the Zoom room. Deb, the idea of watching R-rated movies on a plane, if there are kids around, do you like it or not?
I will always, one of my kids will always be next to me, so I'll probably be watching PG tops.
PG tops.
But no, I just think out of courtesy, just keep it PG, keep it, user friendly, keep it, don't make make it awkward for everyone around you.
See, that is key. I like that. I'm going to give a like it to that comment. Don't make it awkward for everyone around you. All right, everybody hang tight in the Zoom room. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit. Hopefully more people will join. Maybe some people will share this link in the QR code and join the conversation as well. Now, I completely forgot to mention that every night we have a poll that we like to ask our viewers about, that I like to ask our guests in the Zoom room about, and I like to ask Guy Lambert about. Tonight's topic is one near and dear to my heart, as they usually are, energy drinks. Do you like them or not? Right now, 88% of people say they do not like them, and I must say, I am qualifying this. Coffee does not count as an energy drink, despite the fact that it is for that exact reason. So, energy drinks.
Early on, yeah, it was a fad. I mean, everybody, Red Bull, everybody and their mama had a Red Bull, and myself included.
The worst possible.
It was kind of good, though.
I
You mix it with vodka, it was,
okay,
it
well,
was
now we're talking.
great.
That's a whole different topic.
Now? No, I
conversation.
haven't had
The
an energy
drinks,
drink.
Man, I can't. I'm trying to cut back. Let's just put it that way. You guys let us know what you think as well. Coming up on the other side of the break, we are going to talk about one of what I think is the worst fashion crimes against nature. And I'm going to get Guy's take on it because he is our resident fashionista. In the meantime, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Do You Like It or Not? I'm producer Chris. That's Guy Lambert in the corner. And just a reminder, if you are in our Zoom room, cameras on, mics off, we're going to bring you into the conversation at any point. I saw a guy named Chris. It's a great name in there. We're going to be calling on you any second now. In the meantime, though, I do want to check some of those YouTube comments that I promised to check and then usually forget every night in the meantime. Let's see. We've got West, I'm guessing this stands for West Virginia, Ben. In Virginia, people under 21 are not allowed in ABC stores. Maybe breweries should be the same way. If you have a house phone, a lot of people don't. Yeah, that's true. Noise canceling headphones, maybe. That's a good idea if you're watching a movie with some R-rated content on a plane. Don't worry, I wouldn't watch around others. Ben is our YouTube comment superstar right now, weighing in on every story. You can keep the comments coming as well if you're tuned in on there. In the meantime, if you guys don't know that Guy Lambert is my fashion inspiration, he is one of the most consistently well-dressed people at Fox 5, and this is just another example of that. So I had to get his take on this topic tonight because take a look at this headline in the New York Post. Fugly foot condom.
What?
Toe shoes are back with celebs, fashionistas stepping into the tacky Tootsie trend. Now, if you're not familiar with toe shoes, that's what they are right there. The paper says the shoes were once considered the most reviled footwear on the planet, but now they are featured in Vogue spreads. They are all over TikTok. They are all over the runway strutting their stuff, and they are
No.
selling out worldwide as a result. Secondhand sales sites say searches for the shoes are up between 200% and 300% since April alone. Now, the shoes made their debut back in the year 2006. They were designed for barefoot running enthusiasts. So, Guy, bringing back these toe shoes.
Absolutely not.
Do you like it or not?
No, let's just end this. This is the worst thing ever. You know what it is? Don't you feel funny about seeing someone else's feet? I mean, it's
I
just.
mean, some people are really into
Well, that
it,
is
but-
true. Well, but not me. I'm not one of those type of guys. It's just really weird. I don't want to show up here at work, Chris, and you're wearing that, and I'm looking at your toes. I'm good on that, buddy.
I mean, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you doing in these things? What is going on in your life that this would be a fashion? I mean, TikTok influencers are trying to show you how to style them.
No.
But I think they are the antithesis of style. I see Chris is in our Zoom room, in our live Zoom room. Oh, we lost Chris. All right, in the meantime, maybe we'll go back to Deb, see what Deb thinks of the toe shoes, like them or not.
I don't. I actually just made your cousin throw them out.
He had a
think they
pair.
should. He had a pair.
He
Can you
had a-
believe that?
I hate to break it to you, you probably could have gotten some good money for them.
I know. Well, we haven't partied yet with the Crocs. One of them had to go, and the toe shoes went.
Okay. I can begrudgingly get on board with the Crocs. The toe shoes, that is one hill that I will die on, that I don't like them on anyone. That's the thing. It's not just a me thing.
Yeah.
I don't like them on anyone. I know Chad is our resident workout fitness expert. Do you like these or not? Is there any real reason you can see for wearing them? I know a lot of
No.
people work out barefoot.
No.
I used to wear them. I used to wear them and I love them.
No, I don't like that. Boo, I need some booze. Where's my boo?
The booze on the way. There
Thank
go.
you, yeah.
Okay, so Chad is a no-go.
No
Would
Crocs,
you rather work out
no
barefoot?
Crocs, no toe shoes.
Okay. Do you like the idea of
Thank you,
people taking off their shoes at the gym, or would you rather them wear
Oh,
these?
that's even worse.
Oh, dude, I don't want to see people's. I want to see guys' feet. Not you, guy. Men's feet.
Thanks.
That's called
I mean,
discrimination
it's
as
just,
well.
it's-
sir.
yeah, no.
All right. Let's go from fashion to dating now.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go from fashion to dating. This one is that sometimes ugly intersection of love and money. And this is the story that we posted on our broadcast channel and asked you to weigh in on a little earlier. A guy on Reddit says he refused to help his girlfriend pay off her credit card debt, and now things are a little awkward. He wants to know if he was the a-hole in this situation. This is from that Reddit forum. So here's the backstory. The couple has been together for 3 years, and they are planning to move in together. They had started to look at apartments. That's when she admitted that she had $9,000 in credit card debt that he did not know about. She says she hid it because she was embarrassed and she had hoped she would get it under control. Now she said she wants to either delay moving in together unless he helps her pay it off. She proposed that he pay $300 to $500 a month to help speed up the process of paying it off. He said no. He explained that he is debt-free and he worked hard to get to that point. He said it's unfair to expect that he would pay for someone else's mistakes before they even live together. She disagreed, saying if he truly saw a future with her, he'd be willing to, quote, invest in it.
Wow.
The comment section, surprisingly, or not, agreed with him and said he made the right call. We posted this one on our broadcast channel, like I mentioned. So Patty says, my opinion is you should help each other out. Nikki, if it's a spouse, I would help as much as I can, but not take their debt on. Sky Kennedy, if the card's being used on you or us time, then absolutely. If not, then why weren't you thought of when the bill was being created? Let's move on to the next one. Only if you are married. Blue Pearl of Michigan, never before. For the married, he reminded of the vows in sickness and in health, till death, not debt.
Wow.
Do us part. Ginger, no, 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 just no. Diva Hot Sauce, hell no, because that was his debt before me. Guy Lambert, the idea of paying off someone's
Oh,
debt,
gosh.
a partner's debt.
All right, I'm with whoever Diva. Hell no.
Hell no.
Or, I'm sorry, hell to the nah, as
Hell
the
to
song
the
says. Come on. So how unfair, how self-centered, how selfish. She was the one, and if the tables were turned, let's say it would happen to be him, he created the debt. Why not focus on that, and why not say, hey, you know what, perhaps we need to revisit this, because if that debt is there now, what's going to happen if I, in essence, write it off for you later on in the future, and we're trying to make a life together?
Do you like the idea of if they're going to move in together, maybe they change, maybe not divide the rent equally so that she has a little more liquid asset to sort of work
I'm
on
okay
that
with
debt
that.
and move them both to a place where they can
I'm
be
okay
saving
with
together?
that. But it should not be expected. The mere fact that she expects it, I think that's a problem. That's going to be a problem later on.
Okay, red flag from Guy Lambert. I see we have a new face in the Zoom room. What's your name and where are you watching from? Allison, can you hear me?
Oh gosh. All right, I'll wait whoever Diva. Hell no.
Sounds like you're on a little bit of a delay. In the meantime, I know David's still there. David, the idea of taking on a partner's debt pre-marriage, do you like it or not?
Alex is not in favor of it. But I think generally no. But yeah. I can share some personal stuff, but I'm not going to go down that road on live TV right now. But I generally think it's a bad idea. But I mean, you just got to watch, know your partner, what you can work with that, you know, because I don't think you should be carrying other people's weight when they can carry themselves. But if everybody gets in a jam where they need some help sometimes, so you got to figure that one out on an individual basis, I think.
David, before you go, energy drinks, do you like them or not?
Do not like.
Do not like. All right.
Do not
You're
like.
with the other 89% of our voters so far.
I see. You can afford the calories later in life. You can.
I saw Monica and her husband Dave. We have a married couple possibly in the Zoom room as well. There they are. The idea of taking on a partner's debt before you're even married. Do you like it or not?
I don't think it's a good idea. It depends on what the debt came from, but I think the person who ran up the debt should be responsible for their own debt.
Would it change if you were already married then?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because I will admit that my wife, after we got married, did help me pay off some credit card debt.
What an amazing woman.
She waited until that marriage certificate was signed before there was any exchange. And she made clear to me when she saw this topic on the show tonight that I mentioned that. Deb, I know you're in the Zoom room still. The idea of taking on a partner's debt before you're married, do you like it or not?
You know what? I use my credit card a lot for our kids, and Dan has, we vow to help each other out, and he does help me pay it down, but it's, it's not like I'm going out to like Louis Vuitton and buying X amount of bags. But, we do work together on paying down my credit card, which is mostly used for family stuff.
If Dan charges another pair of toe shoes, you have it straight from me that you absolutely do not have to pay for that. We're going to stick with dating for this next topic. Debbie, before you go, actually, energy drinks, like them or not?
I don't like them. As a nurse, I
was going to say, really I would think that on those long hours, you might need them.
No, you know what? I just get by on my own self. I don't have my own energy inside. I can't. The racing heart rate is just not something I like.
All right, let's stick with dating now. We're going to move on. And this next story is either a dire warning or a life hack, an epic life hack. This is the post from the New York Post. Single women using Hinge to get their furniture built by matches for free. That's right. Move over, Mr. Right. Women today are looking for Mr. Fix-It. One woman said in her experience, men like to have a mission or a little job, and afterward they feel like they accomplished something and were able to help. So, Guy, getting dates to do your chores.
Ah, gosh.
Do you like it or not?
We talked about this earlier. I'm that guy that, so let's say the set comes with 100 pieces. I could put it together probably with like 75. The only problem with that is 2 months later, it's going to start leaning to the side like the Tower of Pisa, whatever. So, I kind of like it. I mean, I think it gives somebody an opportunity to perhaps meet someone that they would not have met in the past. And so, give it a try. I mean, it couldn't hurt. That's how people find love.
I would be single for the rest of my life because no one is ever going to make the mistake of looking at me and thinking, oh, there's a handy guy. However, I will just add one quick warning. Experts suggest maybe not having a complete stranger over your house on like the first date type of thing. We have 1 minute left, 1 minute left. So I want to get back to Chad before we go. Chad, the idea of a person on a dating app using you to do chores around their house. Do you like that or not?
I like it. I'm very handy. You might not know it to look at me, but I'm pretty handy around the house. So yeah, I'm good.
All right, I want to see if we can get Allison in. I don't know if Allison can hear us. All right, I don't know if we have Allison. It doesn't look like we have Allison. But Guy Lambert, in our last 30 seconds, thank you so much for joining us.
This was awesome, man.
For week 2, the
this
first
is
night
awesome.
of week 2. Just a reminder, everyone out there, please share this Zoom link so that other people, we can get some new voices in there. Thank you to everyone who has joined us so far tonight and moving forward. Allison, if you can hear me, tune in again tomorrow. We'll try to make this work a little better. In the meantime, I'm producer Chris for Guy Lambert. You can tune into his show tomorrow on Fox Local 12 to 2 every single day. For producer Jim, thanks so much for joining us for Do You Like It or Not?
I love it.
Thanks.